Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 11th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. You have this koala spirit, says spirit has a plan. You have this koi fish spirit, says there is always enough. So definitely could be a week of abundance, but let's see what is going on for you here. Yeah, some sort of turnaround is coming in for you. I do feel like there's like an increase in your finances, or if there's not an increase in your finances, I feel that you're learning how to increase your finances. You're doing something. You have this king card. It says authority and diplomacy, but it's almost like, you are gaining authority here, Capricorn. Sorry, did I say Cancer? I don't know what I said at the beginning of this reading, but again, I feel like you're gaining authority, or you're gaining kind of like some sort of power in your life, and this is leading to more money probably in the future. I just feel it more intuitively. You don't have like a lot of money cards here, but again, I read intuitively, and that's what I'm picking up on. So and you do have that koi fish spirit, which is a card of abundance, so definitely could be a lot of abundance or success coming in for you here. I wouldn't worry about the tower. It's coming up in the area of the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. You have the moon, and the moon is a card of mysteries and not being sure of things. I do feel if you want love, that someone is revealing their feelings to you. You have the lovers to the judgment card. I would say this is a new person. You have the Four of Wands here. I mean, this person could want to marry you. I would say that this is a good thing. So, definitely looks really good for love. It could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, a Taurus, or a Leo is what I'm getting. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. And again, Wheel of Fortune has Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo on the outside of the card, or it is also Sagittarius's card, so it could be a Sagittarius as well, but, it could be any sign, general reading. But I feel like your luck is changing here, or there is like a significant increase in your luck in your life here, Capricorn. And but I feel it's because of where you're putting your energy. It's pretty clear to me. You go to the Six of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles is about investing in the right things. It basically just says that you are putting your time, effort, and energy, attention, you're putting your work into things that are kind of like increasing your luck, or you're putting your energy into things that are creating this turnaround. So, that's what I would say there. You have the Four of Wands. Definitely could be marriage potential. So I do feel like there could be a person who wants to marry you. Again, you have that tower, and the tower could be a shock. It could say that there's some sort of surprise or something like that coming in for you, where, with a person where it's like surprising that they're interested in you or something like that. The Four of Wands is also a card of freedom. I feel that throughout 2024, 2025, 2026 for you, it's not going to stop after that point, but, through the next 3 years, I think that you're going to notice a lot more freedom in your life, a lot more opportunities where you feel free as well. With the moon, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. I think it's time to set yourself free. I think it's time to look on the bright side of life. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many. So I feel like you need to open up to a lot of ways of doing things. I also feel if you've been having that analysis paralysis, overwhelm kind of energy where you've been stuck in overwhelm and not sure what to do, I do feel like you're getting answers on what your next step should be. With the Wheel of Fortune, could be a Virgo as well. Earth has been showing up for each other like crazy, so, it could be a Virgo that's coming in for you in love. This could also be you showing the world what you're made of. I always say the Hermit, he's been through a dark night of the soul, and he's standing on the top of that mountain, but he needs to shine his inner light. That light, the star, is in his lantern, but he needs to open that up and share it with people, all the people around him, or the people of the world, or whatever the case may be. So, I've been feeling this for you a lot lately, Capricorn, that I think there's something inside of you that needs to be revealed. And I do feel it's kind of like a shock to people in your life, because it's like they never thought you were capable, or just maybe they didn't know what you were capable of. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. I love this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot. And you can see those 3 cups pouring into 1 cup here. So I definitely, this is a good 4 cups. It's like you're finding a person who really pours into you, a person who really gives you their all, a person who invests in you and invests in the situation. So, again, if you want love, it definitely looks to me like there's a solid connection coming in for you. The other thing I love about this 4 cups is that I always say that the 4 cups, it's like, it's a card of manifestation. He's manifested things in front of him, but it's almost like manifesting, if he wants to manifest a cake, for example, he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he needs to like mix it all together. And on this 4 cups in the White Sage Tarot, it's like those cups are all mixing together. So I feel like even outside of love, you're kind of mixing the energies together and you're getting somewhere, based off of like something that you have been working on. You have this King card, says authority, diplomacy. You have this Raven card, says darkness looms on the horizon. I believe that we're in a time of chaos. Excuse me. These cards are a little bit dramatic, of course. So I always tell people take this reading, take readings with a grain of salt in general, but this reading looks really good. And yeah, you have the Tower in the future, but it's showing up in the good stuff. So, but the other thing is we're in a time of chaos. I do believe there's darkness on the horizon. It's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like, I think that we're going to see a lot of crazy stuff happening over the next few years, of course. And, it just is what it is. Like, why worry about it? Why allow it to control your life? I keep telling people, I'm telling you right now, by the time we get to like 2033, there are going to be a lot of people who look back on the last 10 years when we, from 2033 back, and they're going to be like, wow, I spent a lot of time worrying and I didn't do anything when I could have done a lot of work, because, it's like, that's just what I see happening. People worrying about a lot over the next 10 years. We get to the end of the 10 years, things kind of turn around. And before that, it's not going to take 10 years, by the way, for the improvements to start happening. It's not like you're going to be suffering. And people always say to me, I don't want to suffer and all this other stuff. I'm like, you don't have to. You can thrive over the next 10 years. And that's why I do these readings, because I'm telling you what you can do. I'm showing you all the options. You can choose to focus on what you can do with what you got, with what's right in front of you, and you will thrive, right? There's no reason to suffer. But don't get distracted by the things that are going on. Because, again, there could be like more banks collapsing and, who the hell knows what. You have the 6 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Ace of Swords. Again, I feel like you're finding a person who really invests in you, by the way, if you want love. You have that Lovers card there. So, again, if you want a strong connection, I feel like there could be a person who's really giving to you. And I feel like there's a past person who has their hand out. So I would be careful of any past people at this time, Capricorn, which you always get with me. I also feel like you're putting energy into the right stuff. It's like you've been at a crossroads for a while, I feel. The Lovers traditionally was a card of being at a crossroads, having a choice to make. So I feel like you've been at a crossroads for a while, or you've been trying to make decisions for a while on something, and you go up to the 2 of Pentacles, and you also go down to the, I'll show you. You go up to the 2 of Pentacles this way, down to the Judgment card this way. And so if you're trying to make a choice, or have been trying to make a choice on what direction to move your life, it's almost like you're waking up to the correct direction, or you're waking up to the right way, to the right way to go, basically. You have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, of course, is a victory or a success coming in for you here. So I do feel like there is a big victory or success coming into your life, and it's leading you in the right direction. I also feel that there's more balance, and I also feel you're much more laser-like focused. I always say the Ace of Swords to me is a card of laser-like focus, being focused on one thing, making it happen, and that is probably the best thing you could do right now. I think this is true for everyone. I think we all need to have that like laser-like focus on making one thing happen and moving on to the next thing in like work, business, and all sorts of stuff, right? So let's see where this is going. With the 6 of Pentacles there, you have the Sun. Yes, I'm telling you right now, there's like a relationship that is going to make you very happy. It could be a Leo. You have the Sun, you have the Strength card. So it definitely could be a Leo that's coming in for you. Again, if you hate Leo, it doesn't have to be a Leo. I don't care. You don't have to leave a comment. I get it. It could be any sign that's coming in for you. And so, but regardless of whatever it is, I think it's going to make you happy. It could also be a Pisces as well. You have the Moon, you have the Hangman here. Again, you have basically every single sign. It could be any sign. With the Lovers, you have the Hangman. I feel like you've been waiting for love for a long time. It's like you've made the interesting thing is as well, is I think you're looking at what you've done in love, and you're saying, I've made sacrifices to make myself a person worth loving, but why don't I have love? It's almost like I have that question popping into my head for some of you, and I feel like that love is coming. It's like it will be worth the wait. I feel like you are seeing that the waiting that you've had to do is definitely going to be worth the wait. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Justice card. There you go, balance. The Ace of Swords is a card of balance. The Justice card is a card of balance. It's almost like the universe is balancing things out with you or for you, and I feel like the universe is bringing you into balance. I also feel there's more fairness, or at least you feel like, I feel for a long time, Capricorn, I know I've said this to you before, I feel like you have felt that things have not been fair. Maybe they haven't been, right? And I feel like now there's more fairness. Next, what do you know in the area of what's coming towards you? You have this Libra card that says balance on it. You have this 11th house card that says community on it. Every single reading I do for you has something about community, working together with people in your community, working on solid relationships in your community, stuff like that. So anything you could do to work together with people in your life, I think would be a really good idea. Or again, if you're like working in your community or with people in your community, I feel like there's going to be a lot of success in, teamwork, collaboration, all sorts of stuff. But I also feel like you're learning balance. I feel like you've had a lot of difficult lessons with trust, especially if you like work together with people or if you have employees and things like that. And it's almost like you're learning how to like how much you can trust people and like how to set up systems or something like that. I don't know, it's popping into my head. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Judgment card. Two of Pentacles says if you're working hard, make sure you're playing hard. If you're playing hard, make sure you're working hard. I definitely feel you need to balance those two things out. I think that if you're only working, you're not going to get the answers that you can only receive through getting out of your head. Like I know, like if I don't do one of my hobbies at least once a week, right, then I start, things start to suffer in my life. And because it's like when you're doing one of your hobbies, that's when you're truly in your flow state. And that's when you get good answers. That's when you get good direction on like what to do or where to go or what you should be doing in your life, like all that other stuff. So, I feel like you need to make sure that you are getting into that flow state, right? And that's kind of like what I'm getting on this Two of Pentacles. You have the Strength card, and the Strength card says you have been very patient. I feel like you've been patiently waiting, and you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. She has her hands in that lion's mouth, and it says that lion has its tail between its legs and is submitting to her. So the card itself represents her taming her inner beast, her inner critic, her inner voice, and this is something that she has to do every single day, but if she does it, then she becomes successful. And it's also a card of like showing off, because who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So for a lot of you, I feel, like I said, you could literally be shocking people with what you are creating or what you're able to create in a very short period of time. I'm getting like this year. So, I'm talking about like, from now into like 2024, you could be like accomplishing something very significant, like a big, something very significant like in work or business wise or something like that. And I feel it's going to lead to a lot of success. You have this Judgment card. A Judgment card is like a wake-up call or waking up to something. So I feel like you are waking up to like new opportunities or new potential opportunities. I also feel you're waking up to your power, like what you are capable of creating or doing or being or having in life. And this is also going to lead to a lot more success. There's something about clarity here as well. Ace of Swords is a lot of clarity. Judgment is a lot of clarity. By the way, I totally ignored this. This to me is the most powerful combination in the tarot. Judgment to the Tower. To me, that represents like a major revelation, a major wake-up call, like a big new understanding in your life. And so I definitely feel that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is like lying, cheating, stealing. I do feel that some of you could have had a person in the past who juggled you. I would definitely, of course, avoid this person at all costs. I feel like this person's no good. So I definitely have talked about this person in the past with you, And so I would be careful of this person. Also right here, again, I feel like you are avoiding them. And, that could be the thing that's shocking them. I almost feel this is the type of person who makes up a lot of, like, stories in their head. Like, I feel like they think that you still want them, that you're still attracted to them, and, all this other stuff. But, I don't know. Joke's on them is what I would say. With the Strength card, you have the Knight of Swords. No jumping to conclusions at this time. We are in a time of jumping to conclusions. I keep telling people, don't jump to conclusions on anything, especially if you're just getting like fresh information about something. I think we can right now where there's like a lot of reactive energy where we could have a reaction to something and it's just not true or, it's wrong. So I always tell people like take information in, process it, think about it, then have your reaction. I think that's just what we need to be doing right now. I think a lot of you have kind of like tamed yourself in being able to do that. With the Judgment card, you have the Lovers. Yes, definitely a very solid connection coming in here. If you want love, this looks really, really good. You could be waking up to like a person with that Judgment card, or someone is like waking up to your energy here, and they could be making a move at this time. I kind of feel like over the next couple months, it might not happen right now. This might be something that takes a little bit of time, or, it might be something that like doesn't happen overnight, right? But I do feel like there's like a connection coming in for you here for sure. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this turtle. It says slowness and protection. You have this horse. It says freedom and action. I kind of feel like saying you can finally take action. So if you've been having a hard time, or if things have been moving forward slowly and you've been like trying to figure out what to take action on, I feel this is saying like you are free to take action. Especially in work or business, and especially if you've been overthinking something. But it's like a certain type of overthinking that's popping into my head. Like you sit down to do work and then you just overthink and you don't do anything. If you've been like experiencing that energy on anything that you're trying to work on, it's almost like you're having a breakthrough in that area of your life. You have the Four of Cups again. And so again, I feel this is just saying that the Four of Cups is positive in your reading, that you know, like I said, with the Four of Cups at the beginning of the reading, it's like you're getting something where everything is mixing together. It's like all your energy, or, you know, all your efforts, or everything is kind of all, you know, making sense. Everything is adding up, right? And I kind of feel that's what's going on here with the Four of Cups. And that's it. With the Tower, I feel that number one, that there could be a major revelation or a major wake-up call coming in for you with the Judgment and the Tower. I would say this is a good thing. It's showing up in the good stuff. When I have Judgment and the Tower anyway, to me, it is a good thing. So you're having a wake-up call. You could be having like a aha moment that really leads to a lot of success. I almost feel like you've been waiting for that breakthrough. You know, it's like, you know, what I just described, that overthinking energy, where it's like you sit down to do some work on something and you're just overthink it and overthink it. You're not sure what to do. If you have been having that in any area of your life, it's almost like you're getting the answer you've been waiting for. That's what this reading is saying. Love it. Definitely very good. And again, I also feel like you could be causing a tower for another person. I think that someone left you out in the cold, probably was a liar, cheater, stealer. And I feel like you're not going back to them, even though they think that you would, and I think it's shocking them. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords about taking a risk. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be taking a risk on something, and it's going to pay off big time. This is coming up again in the area of the good stuff, and I think the risk you're taking is on this breakthrough, this aha moment, this revelation that is a breakthrough. And again, I kind of feel like this is something that sets you free, because you have that freedom card. And again, I think that you've been like, it's like you've been waiting for a breakthrough, or it's like you're finally getting the answers you've been hoping for. With the Four of Cups, you have the Devil. Yes, I feel like you're saying no to the devil. I feel like you're saying no to this past person. I also love that you are showing up here. You know, the devil is you. It's just you showing up in a good position, you showing up as yourself. You know, this puts you in a position of power and strength, and it really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So definitely love it. With the Tower, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, again, showing up in the good stuff. You were left out in the cold. Now I feel like you're coming out of the cold, because, again, it's showing up in the good stuff. The Five of Pentacles and the good stuff also would represent focusing on your strengths. So instead of focusing on your weaknesses, I feel like you are doubling down on your strengths, and this is making you more successful. I also, again, feel you could be leaving someone out in the cold, but they seem to deserve it, is kind of like what I'm getting here. With the Five of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, if you want love, for example, the King of Pentacles could represent you attracting something permanent into your life. This could also be a major improvement in your finances. And again, I really do see your finances improving. I will say, though, that I feel like you need to get to work, and I'm not saying it's going to be like super easy, your finances improving, but I feel like there's a major financial improvement. You have this adaptability card. A lot of people get this stuff right now of needing to be adaptable and flexible. So if one way to do something doesn't work, just try a different way, you know? And even justice. Justice is cause and effect. It says, you know, if you plant a seed in a direction and it doesn't grow, like what happens if you try something else? So, you know, don't feel like you're stuck on only, you know, something only working out one way. You have this order card. You know, this is a card of like needing things to grow or happen in a certain order. And things rarely work out that way. So, you know, I feel like things are going to be working out for you in their own way. and that's what you need to realize. I also feel you need to bring, like some of you I'm getting, could be like bringing order to your day. You could be forming like a new daily routine or finding a different way of doing things. And I think it's going to be good for you. You have this bluff card. You're calling someone's bluff for sure. I think this person's surprised. Again, I really feel if you have a past person, I really think they thought they could just have you right back, and they can't. And I think you're totally over it. And yeah, I think they're just delusional. So, you know, I kind of feel like you're calling someone's bluff and they can't believe it. You have this protection card. I feel like you are protected from harm, of course. Again, it's like I said, I'm wondering if you're like, with that darkness looms on the horizon, I'm wondering if you're like worried about things that are going to happen in the future, which there are going to be things that happen in the future, but it's almost like you're protected from those things. It's not even worth worrying about. Do what you can with what you got, with what's right in front of you. I think that is like the ticket to success for you. Plain and simple. Yeah, you have this escape card. For some of you, I feel like you see, if you're leaving a person in the past, I feel like you see how you escaped something that would have been a really bad situation. And so it's kind of like you're seeing this as a blessing. For others, again, I feel like you are just kind of creating more freedom. You have that freedom card. And so I feel like you're creating more freedom. And I feel like this breakthrough that you could be having is leading to a lot more freedom in your life as well. Again, it's like you're finally getting the answers you've been hoping for. It's like you've been looking for an answer on like what steps to take or something like that is really what the reading is saying to me. And I feel like you're getting that answer this week, literally. So looks really amazing here, Capricorn. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.